All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are live. We are live. We were a little bit late here, but we're good to go. We are here with Arjun Rai. He is going to show us. He says how to manage our social media better with AI. Is that correct, Arjun?
Absolutely. Hey, Bryan, you have to know like social media marketing and managing content today is incredibly important, especially with the COVID-19 situation.
Mhm.
Businesses that thought they, had another 5 years to develop technology and, use technology in their businesses, well, they needed to do that last week, right? And so we're going to talk about how do you actually use AI, data science to get to the next level for the price of a cup of coffee.
Awesome. We'll see if he can do this in this latest episode of the Authority Project. All right, we are back here, and we got lots to discuss here. We might have some screen sharing here in a minute. Here, we show off some things here. Before we begin, Arjun, just tell us real quick about you personally, then professionally.
Yeah. Been an entrepreneur as long as I can remember. I was, selling something or the other. As far as I can remember, at 7 years of age, I was selling, garlands. So I don't know if you've ever been to an Indian wedding, but there is a lot of flowers. And so I was like, after the wedding, why don't I take all these flowers and make them into Hawaiian garlands and like necklaces and sell them for 25 cents? But I didn't realize that 25 cents means nothing in India, because I was at my grandmother's gate selling these garlands for a quarter, and people were like walking by and like, what was a quarter? Different currency, right? So that was my first lesson in business is make sure your currency is accurate.
Nice.
But and then I was every so often I would get the entrepreneur bug. I'll build something, then try to sell it. Or we were actually moving out of an apartment in Colorado years ago, decades ago, and my mom was throwing out furniture, and because we were moving cross country, and so she went out to get food, and then I held up this giant sign which must have been like 2 feet by 2 feet or so, and I wrote, "Everything must go 25 cents again." And these were like pieces of furniture that would have cost hundreds of dollars. And so we started getting all this traffic coming up the staircase as our movers were trying to go downstairs, take our furniture and our things out of the building, and there were people coming up the building, up the staircase. And my mom saw this sign coming back. I think she picked up Chinese food, and she was like, "What is this sign? Everything must go 25 cents." She came up stomping at the staircase, and she was like, "What are you doing? Everyone out! Everyone out!" So I ended up not making any sales even for a quarter, but people were interested. That that was market validation right there. And I don't know, it was like must have been 9 or 10. I can't remember. I was single digits, single digits in existence. But fast forward, I ended up starting my first company in my teen years. I ended up launching an agency in college, an advertising agency. That led me to building a venture-backed company where we were trying to solve the issue of visual collaboration because there was none. How do you and I work on a project in a very visual way? And so the idea was to have a limitless canvas where you can drag people, projects, and files. So if you and I were working together, I would drag our avatars together. If you had a file you want to share with me from Dropbox, you would see the avatar for Dropbox, drag the file to me, and then I can annotate it and then send it back to you, right? Super visual, like how you would, work on a real desktop, which for most people, desktop means computer, but actually desktop. And like shuffling papers around in paper clips, right? And we were betting that touchscreens would become bigger and cheaper, which they did. Unfortunately, 2 years after we ran out of cash. So that was my next lesson of building a product: is stay in touch with reality, build a product that people are able to use today, and also be profitable, right? You want to make sure that your ideas, however awesome they may be, needs to start generating revenue immediately, at least to get some traction immediately, right? So that was my next lesson. And then I was always pained with this idea of having to do social media marketing or any content generation on my own, manually, one at a time, one word and one letter, one hashtag, one emoji at a time. So we ended up building a prototype. We ended up raising some venture capital. And long story short, Hello Woofy, which is what we're wearing, the t-shirt for today, is essentially an AI-driven social media management platform, but it's actually evolved into being more than that. It actually automatically types entire blog posts for you. It also allows you, using the Google Chrome extension, to literally type anywhere on the internet. So if you have the Google Chrome extension, you could be in an email service. You could be auto-completing your entire email, much like Gmail Smart Compose, but this is for every other email provider. You could be, on WordPress.com, you could be in Medium.com, Evernote.com, wherever you type, it'll automatically complete it for you. And all you have to do is double click on the word to switch it out for an emoji. Emojis have been shown to drive huge amounts of uplift and engagement. Don't take my word for it. Look at something called Adobe Emoji Trend Report from 2019, July of last year. It literally says in words that emojis drive double-digit uplift and engagement. So we built technology that allows you to do a lot of things, a lot of fancy things, a lot of complicated things, very visually for the price of a cup of coffee. So that was my last 14 years, or I would say more than that, but.
So let's dial back a little bit. Why AI? What made you gravitate to AI first of all?
Yeah, so AI is so interesting. History repeats itself. I firmly believe that history repeats itself. Every so often, you get into an industrial revolution where you'll see something that was done physically with hands then gets automated out of existence, so that what you end up using your hands for is progressive. You use it for something else, which will get push civilization forward. So originally, people would pluck cotton manually, right? And then the cotton gin came by. People would sew cloth together, and then the sewing machine came by. People would go from town A to town B, or take the horse. But then the Model T came by, right? Every so often, history repeats itself. It's not about. It's interesting. History repeats itself with different players and different tools, but it's always the same thing over and over again, right? And so in our case, for small businesses 2020, we don't want to use our hands to type every piece of content, type every piece of hashtag, every emoji, find the articles from all over the internet to see what would be trending and what is trending, and how do you take the article and then generate content from it, right? You have to read the whole thing. We take away all of that, and we allow you to schedule programmatically, visually. Everything is color coded in our platform to then allow you to have a content marketing strategy and a social media management strategy that is really developed in seconds based on data science, so that you can focus on the creative aspects, the storytelling aspects that actually drive revenue for yourself.
Okay, so let me challenge you here.
Yeah.
So we're going to be diving into your tool.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk. It's a crowded market.
Yep.
It's a very crowded market, but I think there's still always demand for social media management, even more so probably today than ever before.
Yeah.
So what makes your product, we're going to be talking about Hello Woofy,
yep,
your product different than the rest? What differentiates you? Because I've actually seen some others with, well, I know one for sure says AI technology, whatever that means.
Yeah.
So what differentiates your product from the others that are out there?
Yeah.
Why invest in time and money into your product?
Absolutely. Great question. Highly valid question. If you talk to, let's take a step back. Let's talk about Tesla and all of the companies that have been around for over 100 years, right? The Fords, the Teslas, the GMs of the world. Let's take those companies into question. If you talk to Chevy and Ford and ask them, hey, is Tesla a competitor to your company? They're going to be like, absolutely. Have you seen the car? It has four wheels. It's got a steering wheel. They are a competitor. They are competing for the space on the road. If you talk to Elon, he's going to be like, are you kidding me? They're not a competitor. They're stuck in the last century. They have four wheels. They have a steering wheel, but are they actually pushing civilization forward? No. Tesla is inherently built on energy and the availability of electricity-based energy for homes, solar panels, cars, whatever he works on. It's all about making sure that energy is available, it's storable, and is useful for doing everyday work. Right? He doesn't want to go after the gas-powered or coal-powered machinery. He wants to inherently build an entire company entrenched on energy and the proliferation of energy use, right, and availability. Well, if you talk to us, we are inherently built on data science. Everything we do is based on data. Every decision we make is based on AI. And so when you're typing a post, we are automatically suggesting you the best words, the best letters to complete the word you're about to type, the best emojis based on the hundreds of millions of data points we've already analyzed. In fact, when you upload an image, but you can also generate an image in the platform, we take a look at the image and figure out what's happening in the image to then give you relevant hashtags, because hashtags are a great way to be discovered. But if you don't know what hashtag to use, you're kind of left in the cold, right? So we do all of that amazing capabilities inherently based on data. It's not my opinion, it's not your opinion, it's not my ego or your ego. It's inherently based on data. So for the first time, the underdog marketeer, as I like to call SMBs, have, for the price of a cup of coffee, a categorically new product that takes a lot of the grunt work out of it, right? So a Tesla can take you from point A to point B using autopilot. All you have to do is sit back and obviously leave your hands near the steering wheel. Don't completely go back. Similar to our platform, we don't say we automate you out of a job, but we help you alleviate the grunt work by at least 90%, so that 10% you can keep your hands on the near the wheel, but run your business and focus on storytelling, being more creative than the unlimited marketing budgets of the world, right? Your biggest competitors. That's how you win. You don't win by having a bigger budget or having more people work at your company. You win by out storytelling and being out creative, if that's even a word or phrase, versus your competition. That's how SMBs win. That's the only way SMBs win.
Awesome. I love it. So without further ado, can you show us a little bit about your tool here?
Yeah, let's do it. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Okay. Let's go back here. Well, you're sharing now. You can go ahead and go into.
Yep, I'm sharing now.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
You can see it says, "Hi, Wolfie the dog."
Let me just go ahead and share it, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead. Share.
Let me see here. Okay, at the screen. Okay, there you go.
Okay, you guys, everyone sees "Hi, Wolfie the dog."
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yep, cool.
So as you can see here, highly visual. There's a lot of white space. We wanted to make sure that you have full authority and the means to be able to visually see how the platform is working, because all the functionality is actually color driven. And by the way, if you're colorblind, you can also turn on colorblind support, in which case everything turns into a different pattern. But that's something we can talk about another time as well. For example, purple represents campaigns. So every time you want to post, say you want to promote your podcast on a Monday, Tuesday, or let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday basis, right? Every week for the next 5 weeks, you want to post 3 pieces of content a week, and that's for 5 weeks, that's 15 pieces of content. Well, if you have a category in your library, which is obviously analyzing what you're typing and how fast you're typing, it's giving you all of that amazing data and then giving you recommendations later on. But the Smart Library has a category with 15 pieces of content from your podcast. All you have to do is click Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it automatically schedules it out for the next 5 weeks. Those posts on the calendar will be shown in purple. Now, that's your long-term strategy. Your short-term strategy will be shown in blue, aka the single post. What that means is if you're posting, immediately today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, those posts are one-time posts. They're not necessarily multiple, posts lined up one after the other, but those are one at a time. And I always recommend, if you're getting started, get used to the AI with single posts and then graduate to running a campaign. So let's give you a simple example. Let's go ahead and create a single post, and let's go ahead and type in the following. Let's say, how are you? You can see right on your screen, it's giving me the letter R and E to recommend the word R, and then I can continue typing in I love you, which of course, Bryan, we love you. And then I can, instead of that, let's say I love coffee, because that's what I'm having. Again, guys, this is for $4 a month. It's the price of a little bit more expensive drip coffee, but a little bit cheaper cappuccino, right? Then it'll give you recommendations of emojis that are going to be relevant to what I've typed in so far. So let's go ahead and type in these emojis. Now, again, if you don't believe me, don't take my word for it, right? Look at Adobe's research report, 58% uplift, right? 44%. In fact, purchase intent going through the roof, 64%. That's why we figure out which emojis are relevant to what you're typing. And by the way, if you need to know which emojis are trending, you can now see on your screen which emojis around the world are actually being used right this second at the time of filming of this podcast around the world in real time. And if you don't like that, of course, you always have the means to, always put your hands back on the steering wheel and choose an emoji manually from the list of emojis available, right? Now we're looking for an image. So we go through across the internet to figure out which images might be relevant, what you typed in so far, which memes and from Jiffy will be relevant to what you typed in so far, right? And if you don't find anything that's relevant, you can type in your own, search as well and throw in that image. What you'll notice immediately is that it's trying to figure out which hashtags will do really well with what you typed in so far. Cappuccino, coffee, white coffee, and then you're good to go. And by the way, if you want to translate this into another language, you could do that. If you want to translate this into Greek, voila, you have it in Greek. If you want to take that article, that's a blog post that might be your own blog post, or it could be anyone else's blog post. So long as it's an article, we will actually read it for you and give you quote suggestions and hashtag suggestions right there and then, so that you don't even have to read the entire article to come up with a post. And then all you have to do is choose the hashtag and you're good to go. This is data science for $4 a month at your fingertips 24/7. So that's just a sample of the capabilities. We also figure out how similar is your content to something else you posted, right? Because you don't want to be coming across as a source of spam to any other platform, specifically Twitter, right? You don't want to do that. In Journal, we take all of that amazing technology and we put it on steroids so that you can programmatically type entire long pieces of content. Of course, Bryan, but many of your followers may not know this. Long-form content is incredibly important for long-term strategy. And so now, once you programmatically type up an entire post, right? I'm typing up, how are you? It's giving me recommendations right there of what I could be typing, tap, 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 and enter a couple of emojis, add an image here as well. If I wanted to put in nature images, of course, I'm just giving an example right now. Throw the image in there. This could be your featured image. And then once you're done, automatically choose your Medium account or your WordPress account in about 2 weeks and schedule it to go out. And oh, by the way, you can also have a social media post come out at the same time after it publishes it. So now you have not just social media management for $4 a month. You have the ability to do long-form content. And here's the kicker. With our Google Chrome extension, which is available as of last week with the upgrade, you can turn on autocomplete and literally be on medium.com, be on outlook.com. Wherever you type, literally anything, you could be typing away and it'll give you recommendations right there. So I can type in, I love you, or I can say, I love my coffee right there and autocomplete. Again, medium.com, I'm switching out right here, right, it's happening in real time, right?
Oh, wow.
I can continue typing in whatever I want to say. I have, whatever, I have a great day, whatever. If you want to complete the entire sentence, allows you to do that too. So isn't this cool?
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed.
That's the level of power we provide.
Awesome stuff, man.
Yeah.
Let's get back. So we'll get back to us here. But that's, wow. I'm thoroughly impressed. Because like, I have a social media management tool that I haven't used in a while, but I was about to actually do it this week. But now you come to
using HootSuite, by the way. We integrate with our friends at HootSuite. And so if you're using the workflow already with HootSuite, this can sit on top for an extra $4 a month and do everything. And you can continue scheduling through HootSuite if that's your workflow. We don't want to break you away from it. We want to work with, in fact, we'd love to work with our competitors because we feel that it's a co-creation of ability, right? Because we want to help small businesses around the world. We want to give them hope, not just on a price point. It's not just about making things cheaper. It's about making things cheaper or more readily available, but also 10 times, 100 times more intelligent. Because a cheap, dumb tool doesn't help anyone, but an affordable, highly intelligent tool helps everyone accelerate their business, especially when they're getting crushed by the unlimited marketing budgets of the world.
Exactly. That's perfect that you say that. So I got one more question that's a little different. Hope you can hear answers to it, because we have a lot of digital marketers that watch the show that are tuned in. Tell us a little bit about your, you have this startup tool, and you're not new to it, but sometimes it can be still be scary, right?
Yeah.
To have a new venture.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Why you do it? Why do you love this? and how do you deal with the possibility that this may not work?
I don't know. We're just wired differently. You and I are just wired differently. We're entrepreneurs. We love creating things from scratch. We love seeing other people use it. We're just wired differently. But for people who are looking to get into the whole world of entrepreneurship, my only advice is start yesterday. And the next best time is today. Like right after the show, close every window or whatever you have to do. Pull up a piece of paper and draw the wireframes of what you want to build next, and then continue iterating. Go to your customers, ask them if this wireframe works or not, and continue. Don't take the first version to a dev team and say build this. You need to continuously iterate on paper or Illustrator. I love using Adobe Illustrator to continue refining the product and idea, and then go and have it built out, and then even then continue refining it. And just scale from there. Start slow. There's no need for you to become the next Salesforce overnight. We will become the next Salesforce over the next 10 years. We have a 10-year horizon. In fact, Jeff Bezos says if you're competing on a 3-year horizon, you're competing with a lot of companies. A lot. That competition is, in fact, in many cases, not sustainable for a small startup. But if you're competing on a 7-year timeline, your competition is very, very low. And if you go 10 years out, your competition is even lower. And our version of the 10-year vision is to power the entire internet of all things linguistics, emojis, copywriting, hashtags, whatever it may be. We want to be there, available to support you as a small business owner, no matter what you're typing. And we want to do it programmatically with AI, not anyone's ego or opinion, but AI.
Awesome. I love that. I think I have one last question that maybe you can draw on. So you have this new startup. You got it pretty much. Your most your viable product set up. Your minimum viable product, or to a point that I'm putting this out there now. Tell us about your promotional journey now, of how to promote this new thing that you love. You think that you can, be of great service to everyone. How do you do that? How do you go about that process?
Yeah. Find channel partners. I think the best thing that happened to us was finding channel partners to continue promoting our product into a existing user base so that we could sell into it. Because one thing is finding users is a challenge in and of itself. Then getting to sit down with you for a call, then continually staying in touch with them. For example, in our case, AppSumo, we're about to launch with Stack Commerce. We have nearly 400 affiliate partners. All of these people have communities like you. You have a community. You could be an affiliate to Hello Woofy as well. You already have the existing user bases, and we can give you or any of our partners a commission on the sale. So initially, we just wanted the right kinds of users. We wanted the right kind of customers to talk to, figure out what's working, what's not working. In fact, we have a great Facebook community where this is happening day in and day out. I'm going live. I'm responding. We have nearly 1,500 members. We have 4,100 customers globally. That's where it's happening. We are able to go into your Facebook community, ask these people what is working for you, what isn't working for you, and then the same people are giving us recommendations for what to build next. That is the best way to build any company. So find channel partners, funnel the customers that you get from there into a highly sticky Facebook group, and then continue to nurture the relationship, because everyone's human. Is human. You have to build that relationship using EQ. And so for your viewers, join Content Masters. You can see firsthand how we nurture all of the relationships. We take care of our customers. If something's happening or something isn't happening, go join Content Masters, and I highly recommend that as well. So that's how you promote. Now, once you are past that, you need to start looking at Facebook marketing, using Facebook lookalike audiences, for example, to then find the next million Bryans of the world, the next million Bobs of the world, the Lisas of the world, right? Because Facebook is very good at figuring that out. So long as you let Facebook know a small sample size of your customer base and what they look like, it'll find those the next million for you. And so then start investing in paid marketing, see what's working, play around with creatives, use Fiverr, use Upwork to keep your costs down. All these pieces of advice I think you can go into later on as well. But you can email me if you need any help. Arjun, ARJUN @hellowoofy.com.
I love it. So you've answered all my questions perfectly. got the questions answered. We got an incredible product, and I've seen it. It's so funny because I've seen this around, and I was like, what is that? And what happened with me is that I already had a tool like that. So I was like, why do I need another one? Right.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, maybe I was wrong. So tell us right now where we can connect with you and this great tool that you have, so we can go further with
Yeah,
with your.
absolutely. HelloWoofy.com. All my information, my contact information is there. If you want to, I can go ahead and share my screen real quick. If you
Sure.
go to HelloWoofy.com, you can become an affiliate if you like. You can see the price point that's available, $49 a year. You can learn more about the product. You can learn more about the HootSuite integration as well by simply clicking on the HootSuite button there. Everything you need to learn about the product and the company is right there. We're also raising capital right now from our customers. So we originally raised about 380 in our first campaign using something called RegCF, equity crowdfunding. So everyone could invest as low as $100. Now we ended that campaign about a month and a half ago. We actually launched another campaign that is, we just raised about $18,000 in about a week or so. And again, our customers have come back and invested in the company, and they own a piece of the company. So the first time that a marketer can invest in the tool that they are using and actually be able to grow with the tool, right? So it's such a new way to build a company with the Facebook group and things of that nature. This is how we want to do it. We want to be part of the community, and a community wants to be part of the success of the brand as well. So check that out. You can click on the banner on the top right here, the blue one, and invest as well as low as $100 if you would like to.
I love it. I love it. Hope I got those banners right. So again, hellowoofy.com, go to republic.co backslash hello woofy. Go right to his campaign, or you can just go to Hello Woofy. It's right at the top bar there, like you said. And amazing. I think I'm sold.
Me too. Yeah, $49 a year, lifetime. You'll be grandfathered in.
Awesome, man. So I know we got a lot of people on here who we just had somebody who just talked about this exact same topic, but she said that we didn't really have a tool to point people to. Now we do.
Yeah, there you go. Go sign up.
Awesome, Arjun. I appreciate it. This was I'm glad we got in. We were a little late, but I'm glad we got in on time here and got it done. Any last words for people trying to get into this market of just like software tools out there and that kind of thing, and how to get started or that kind of thing?
Guys, just keep in mind, you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with. I'm just getting my fingers right in the right place. You're also the average of the 5 tools you end up using. So the life you want to live, the businesses you want to build, the lifestyle you want to have is the net result of how you are going about running your life, right? The apps you have on your phone, the tools you have on your computer. This is a tool as an example to alleviate you of the pain and the grunt work that goes into social media. Think about what else you can use AI for and data science for, right? Could you use it for accounting? Could you use it for managing your tasks? You need to be smart with your time because your biggest competitors have unlimited marketing budgets and they have unlimited number of people working on their company. You have yourself and maybe a couple other people. You owe it to yourself to be in the best position to succeed. And so we can help you on the content marketing side and the social media marketing side. Soon, Amazon Alexa scheduling, that's coming out for podcast owners as well. You will be able to schedule directly into the homes of your listeners content that they can then ask for when they say, Alexa, give me the Hello Woofy briefing, and they can follow Bryan, they can follow CNBC right along in the same app and the same skill itself. And that is like, you have to be innovative and try new things. You should have started yesterday. If you second best time is start today and be innovative.
Awesome. I love it. Hey, that's a wrap. I appreciate you, Arjun, coming through.
Absolutely.
This was absolutely amazing. Please go out there and go get to hellowoofy.com. Download it now. Be a part of the founding members of that. It's so important because this is not gonna stay at $50 a year. No. So get on that immediately, and because social media is so important. Social media is here. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So go check that out. Be involved and connect with him. I'm sure he'd be happy to talk with you with what you need. So there it is, and I'm gonna say goodbye for now. Thanks for coming. And before you leave, get to the sponsor of this particular product that I created, the Authority Builders Academy, which we help you connect and get straight with the authority of your own niche. So sometimes you don't have the clarity of what that is right now. So we want to help you do that and help you develop that over time so you can be all that you want to be, online or otherwise. All right, take care. And I will see you on the next episode of The Authority Project.